The addiction crisis has left behind death, broken families, and shattered communities.
In the US, more than 105,000 people died of overdose in 2023 alone.
While pharmaceutical giants and private prison owners keep profiting.
So how does the US turn its own public health crisis into a weapon to demonize Venezuela, militarize the Caribbean, and justify regime change?
Empires don't wait for public support. They mold the frame so resistance seems irrational.
They don't debate the truth. They fabricate consent.
The machinery is vast. Think tanks, NGOs, media, security agencies all play roles. The story starts in Washington. Venezuela is a narco state.
Then it trickles down onto every headline, news cycle, every foreign policy brief.
To fabricate consent, they use repetition until the lie feels familiar and then true.
Tren de Aragua. Tren de Aragua. Tren de Aragua. Tren de Aragua. Tren de Aragua.
U.S. accusations that Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is one of the world's largest drug traffickers have been repeated for years.
Yet the 2025 United Nations Drug and Crime World Report, Venezuela is rarely mentioned in the section of drug production and supply chains.
Reality doesn't matter. The label sticks.
When the Trump administration affirmed that it struck 3 Venezuelan boats claiming to be transporting drugs, major U.S. media outlets immediately reported it as a justified anti-drug operation, scarcely questioning legality, evidence, or civilian casualties.
But who benefits from all this? The answer is follow the money. Behind every drug war, every warship stationed near Venezuela, every drone circling the Caribbean, you will find the arms industry cashing in.
Gun manufacturers in the US donate millions every year to lobbying groups such as the National Rifle Association or the even more radical Gun Owners of America. According to Open Secrets, these groups spent nearly $15 million in 2024 alone lobbying against gun control. And their power has been such that in 2016, the NRA alone poured over $30 million in electing Donald Trump.
And beyond U.S. borders, weapons corporations push for endless militarization, like lobbying Congress, the State Department, even U.S. delegations to the UN to block any effort that could limit their export. They sell weapons to repressive regimes in the global south, while the U.S. government sanctions countries that dare to be independent, like Venezuela. Because in the war economy, peace is bad for business. As a result, 72% of all trafficked weapons in Mexico and 80% in Colombia came from U.S. manufacturers. And arming who? The very same drug cartels that the U.S. claims to be fighting.
While, according to the aforementioned UN Drug and Crimes Unit, 87% of cocaine trafficking happens in the Pacific Ocean, not the Caribbean. Meaning that if the US really wanted to stop trafficking, troops would be displayed in the Pacific, a drug trafficking route that to this day remains untouched by these very forces.
Don't let them fool you. This is not about drugs. It's about control of strategic territory and of Venezuelan vast oil reserves. Labeling Venezuela as a narco state creates the public consent needed to push regime change and install a puppet government loyal to the US. The CAI and the Pentagon are working hand in hand with Venezuelans' far-right opposition, drafting Transfer of Powers plan. Calling Venezuela a narco state just allows Washington to present a regime change operation in Venezuela as a fight against drugs.
But who is this propaganda aimed towards? As of today, the US is the country with the highest rates of illegal drug addiction in the entire world, leaving countless of American victims understandably searching for someone to blame. And yet, as Washington actively arms the criminal groups that traffic these very substances, turning a blind eye to their operations both in Latin America and inside their own borders, they have to manufacture a paper monster, someone to blame for people's ills. Today, that paper monster is Venezuela.